The Gusev trade. Las Vegas sends Nikita Gusev to the New Jersey Devils. New Jersey Devils sign him to a $9 million two-year contract for a 4.5 cap hit, while Las Vegas gets a 2020 third-round pick and a 2021 second-round pick. Who wins, who loses? I want to take a look at that because it's a little bit more complicated than a lot of people like to see. So let's see what's going on. Okay, the Gusev trade. First of all, look at the Vegas Golden Knights part. They get a 2020 third and a 2021 second. Not 100% thrilled with this, but on the other hand, Vegas Golden Knights was set into a point they are either going to have to really do a makeover on a good portion of their roster to make it happen. A lot of people, oh, you could just get rid of Eakin, you could get rid of Reeves, and then you'd have room. It is not that easy. Part of the problem is that Gusev shoots right-handed, but he's definitely a left wing. Las Vegas has too many left wings, and they already have to get rid of some, so they'd have to get rid of left wings. If they do go ahead and get rid of Eakin and Reeves' contract, they'd have to come up with another center. They'd have to come up with another right winger to get along with that, and so they'd have to get rid of more than Eakin and Reeves to make it work. So you end up having to get rid of 4 or 5 players, add in 1 or 2 players plus Gusev to make it work, and that's quite a rollover to go ahead and get a new player into a playoff-worthy and possibly Stanley Cup qualifying or a roster that has the potential to compete for a Stanley Cup. So that was a risk Vegas Golden Knights was not going to take. What they did get wasn't as good as I would have liked to have seen, but from a long-term thing, it's not bad. Remember, Vegas got the Gusev rights as part of the expansion draft for taking the Garrison contract. So they got the Garrison contract, Gusev's rights, and 2 draft picks there. And so now they flipped Garrison or Gusev for an additional 2 draft picks. So for taking the Garrison contract in the expansion draft, they ended up getting 4 draft picks, and that's good business there. So I'd say that's probably overall, looking at from a long-term standpoint of what the roster was, what the situation they was, I'd give them a B. Left some money on the table, but it's not as bad as a lot of people like to say. For the Devils, I like this a lot. They've been redoing their roster, getting much more talented, and Gusev, they get what a lot of people have said, the most talented hockey player outside the NHL. Plays very good for Russia, plays very good internationally. He's a top guy. They got him for $9 million at 2 years for a $4.5 million cap hit, which is reasonable. The cap hit is a little bit risky, but it's only 2 years, so I'm fine with that. The only question I have is with Gusev, how long is it actually going to take him to become a good NHL player? His game is predicated on the big international ice. He's fast. He's used to spending a lot of time with the puck. NHL, much smaller rink, faster game, much more physical. How's he going to react when that goes in? If I had my hunch and I had to say, I'd say I think he'll probably struggle for 2 or 3 months as he gets used to the game. Probably the middle of the season, he starts to get his feet under him and he really starts to pick out. But there's a couple of things that's also in there. He's not going to be on the top line as he is on the international. The Russian, I expect he's going to be a second or third liner to at least start. How is that? Is that going to frustrate him that he's working with people that aren't quite at the same skill level? Is he going to get frustrated with all the physicality? Is his body going to wear down later in the year? So it is risky, but at $4.5 million, I think that's a great pickup for the Devils. I give them a B+ or an A- for that. Good, solid pickup. It's not quite the steal that a lot of people like to think. Vegas didn't get hosed as much as a lot of Vegas people like to think. It's decent for Vegas, could have been better. It's great for Devils, couldn't get much better. So overall, great job for both teams, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Agree? Disagree? Have some different opinions? I'd like to know what you think. Put your comments down below. Do you think the Devils paid too much? Do you think the Vegas Golden Knights should have gotten more in draft picks? Let us know. I'd like to hear what you think. If you just run across this, please hit the like button down below. I'm going to be planning on doing a lot more Las Vegas sports related things. If you have any ideas or suggestions as far as things you'd like to hear about, let me know about them too. Hey guys, Las Vegas, Sin City Sports. Let's go ahead and have some fun.